Namaste. Thank you very much for inviting me. Before speaking, I would like to offer prayers of both respect and seeking the blessings upon us all of my spiritual masters and the great personalities now line of our lineage and the Supreme Lord. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devam Gaurvani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vaschatya Dishatarane Bhajasri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavindam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancha Rangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishavanu Sudevi Pranamami Hari Priye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribol. So, the worldview that is promoted by the ancient yoga tradition is actually radically different from the worldview that is held generally held by the people of this world. And it is important to understand the difference because it is very foundational in the quest or the search for a life that is actually deeply purposeful, a life that brings one to the platform of not just happiness, but very great and deep blissfulness, and to be able to experience the reality of love. Love not as people think of it, or rather experience it in the world, but love more connected to or akin to the ideal of love that people hope for and seek for. These two different views, if we want to look at things from a macro level, there's basically only two ways of really seeing things. One is through the lens or the perspective of materialism, and the other one is true spirituality. True spirituality is not necessarily akin to or connected with religiousness. A person can be religious and extremely materialistic. Materialistic not just in the obvious way, but in many different ways. I think when you ask most people in the world what they feel about, just the term materialism, and people will kind of like inherently, generally feel that it's not very desirable and a more spiritual life, a more spiritually focused life, is going to result in much more positive outcomes. The foundation of all materialism is the fundamental concept that I am material, that this current body that I have on and am using is me. And therefore my identity is intimately tied. My identity, my search for happiness, my search for fulfillment is intimately connected with this identity of my body. Sometimes I used to speak. I've spent most of my life in Asia, and sometimes we get invited to speak at some schools. I was at one girls' school one time, a university, and a Catholic university, and you ask all the students to please tell me who you are. And they have a little piece of paper and something to write with. List down who you are. Please identify yourself for me. And so you get, firstly, I am, and it's a name. And I am so old. You know, in this case, they're about 18 years old or 19 years old. I am a woman or female. I am this tall. I have this type of complexion. My hair is like this, etc. It just goes, I have a birthmark here, whatever. You have this whole list of identifiers so somebody can know who you are. But the most tragic thing is that when a person finally dies, they leave that body. You can go to the coffin and look in and look at the list, and there it is. It's all there. I'm this tall, I weigh this much, my complexion is like this, got a little bit grayer now. And, you know, and you just go through the whole list and everything is still there. And it's kind of like, okay, relax, this isn't a big tragedy. This person hasn't gone anywhere. They haven't left, as everyone is claiming. They're still here. This fundamental concept that people have widely adopted and is so deeply ingrained is the source of, and I'm going to make a sweeping statement, and I am prepared to back it up, it is the source of all problems, and it is the source of all suffering in this world. It is the reason why we repeatedly fail in our attempts to find the happiness we so much desire. It is the single reason why we cannot achieve what we want. It is the single reason why we experience so much frustration. The desire for happiness, we must understand, does not originate from the body, nor does it originate from the mind. It actually originates from the spiritual being who resides within the body. And if I am confused about who I am, I will seek to fulfill that very deep-seated desire on a very superficial level, in a superficial way. And it will not bring me the fulfillment that I so badly need.